live. Welcome back to the West Coast Draft Podcast, and welcome back. Like, yes, we've had preseason football for 3 weeks now, but it's not the same because we have real games that actually matter for something starting tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
How you feeling, Rob?
Oh, I'm so excited. It's just great to be this close to it. I got, Sunday off tomorrow. This year I don't have to come in person for game plan meetings on Sundays. So I'm watching, or wait, no, Saturday. I have nothing tomorrow. I have tomorrow off. Let's go.
There you go.
No Husky games, so not like I have to go somewhere in person, right? It's a nice relaxing day of just watching some college football, and it's a fun slate. Beau and I were just doing our little, what do they call it in like the TV world, or like a whatever meeting before,
Oh yeah.
Just our quick little like overview of what we're gonna do. I'm like, this is a fun slate, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is a better than usual week 0 slate.
Yeah,
but
from a week 0 standpoint.
If you're a real ball knower, you would have known that Morehead State and who was it went to like triple overtime.
Yeah, there was some D2 and FCS and NAIA games the past 2 days.
NAIA team beat a FCS team.
Yeah, they did. Northwestern State lost to, I don't remember the team they lost to, but they lost to an NAIA team.
Yeah.
So, true ball knowers are aware of that. However, ESPN, and this was a big controversy, ESPN took off, no, I guess they've still got FCS on there. I heard that they took off FCS and D2. Maybe they took it off the app, but on the computer.
I'm not seeing any FCS teams there.
Oh, no, but I can do conference schedules, and they'll show me. Like, I can, if I click up here, yeah.
Well, the worst thing they did was get rid of the ticker. That's horrible.
That's I
hope we can bully them to get the ticker back.
Yeah, that's
shout out to our boy Thomas Ford, by the way.
Classic of you. Shout out
right now. Thomas Ford playing right now.
Oh, yes, all right. T Ford. That's right.
Oh, you know who's on staff for them
this year? Who's that?
ZTF.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Good for him, man. He never got picked up by an NFL team, like even for like a tryout or like
his knee was fucking cooked.
Yeah, but he was at the combine. Like teams knew of him. Like if he was at the combine, people like teams had to have respected him a little bit to like put him on the list.
You know what probably happened though, Beau? His medical was horrific.
Right. Oh, true. Don't get me wrong. You're right, but it's still crazy. He never even got like a combine. He never even got like a camp invite.
To be fair though, USFL didn't come calling either.
Right. So
that tells you how bad his knee probably was.
Right.
Love you, ZTF.
Should have passed on the combine invite. No, we love ZTF around here. He's awesome. We'll talk about the college football week 0 slash. Do we want to lead with college football talk and finish with NFC South or reverse?
I want to lead with Dejan Love.
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
One of the top jersey sellers right now.
Niners, great.
He's one of the top jersey sellers right now.
I believe it because the NFL community are crazy meme lords. So I do.
I love this guy. I am obsessed with Dejan Love. He's so hilarious. Cool, scamming people in the most hilarious ways. If you haven't seen like the leaked videos that he sent people, like there's one talking about how like, oh yeah, I'm really close friends with Antonio Brown. I forgot who else he said. Oh, and Tyreek Hill.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, yeah, Antonio Brown, Super Bowl MVP, won a Super Bowl. I was like, huh? Him showing off.
He did win a Super Bowl in Tampa. He did win a Super Bowl in Tampa, though.
Yeah, but not Super Bowl MVP.
He definitely did win a Super Bowl MVP. That's ridiculous.
And like his fake chains he has on, and the videos of him running on the beach. I saw someone who had a picture of like, who's this 49ers player on the beach? Like a picture from outside of it while I was filming that video. He's scammed people. He's like, yeah, I was originally born in Switzerland, and NFL teams came calling for me, man. Blah, blah, blah. He's the coolest person ever, man. He's so cool. I love him. What a rough week for the Niners, man. Dejan Love, Jed York, Kyle Shanahan got hurt way back.
What you mean, Joe? Joe York? Or what?
Joe York.
My last name. He just signed it when he got caught. He was known by the name Joe.
Oh.
That's why it was funny. There was a and I'm not a self-proclaimed Mike Florio hater right here. But he did have a funny headline where it was like earlier this week, 49ers owner was arrested. Now, a civilian has been arrested for pretending to be a 49er.
That's a good
It was
headline.
49ers owner was arrested for pretending to be a civilian. Now, a civilian has been arrested for pretending to be a 49er. Was
Elite headline.
I was like, all right, you got that was a good one, Mike. That's a good one.
Oh, here's some news I forgot to talk about, Beau. Seahawks sale officially approved.
That's right. Yep, it went through.
It's not final yet. It's not closed yet, but it has been approved by the owners. It's been approved. Like the only thing left is for like the money to actually change hands.
Right.
The Vinod Khosla presser at the owners meeting. You know, I don't mean to be offensive or anything, but there is some comedy of a guy with a somewhat thick Indian accent having trouble saying 12s because, you know, Indian accents have some trouble with W's and V's. There's a little bit of comedy there. And like he's on the stand talking about like, yeah, when I was first got to America, I was a Steelers fan. And you could see Neil Coast like kind of cringe a little bit. And that was pretty funny. Personally, like, I don't care. And he explained it later in a tweet. First, second of all, we have two owners who are posters. And he was like, yeah, I mean, I came to America in the 70s and I was at Carnegie Mellon. Like, I liked the Steelers then, but like, I'm in it for the Seahawks. And like, for me, it's like, a dude paid $9.6 billion to be the owner of the Seahawks. Like,
where is he gonna like sabotage the team before they play the Steelers once every 4 years?
It's pretty clear he wants to be here. And it's like I couldn't really care less about that. He had like a weird comment about Lumen, but honestly, I think it was just like kind of like a weird context about it. I'm not really freaked out. I think what's going to happen to it is renovations. I don't think the city's ever going to vote for funding a new stadium somewhere else. Mm-hmm. And two, it's like it's in really good shape. And yeah, I can totally understand some renovations, bump the capacity. You know, it's probably needed. Like you can probably do some stuff with the Hawks Nest to really fill it out some more, maybe close the bowl a little bit more. What else did he say that was interesting? You know, he was thanking the Allen family. You know, and then he got on Twitter, and so did Neil in the last few days, which is hilarious, which I love, which is like, there's no owner on Twitter. Is there any other owners who are like active posters on Twitter, not just like an account? Like Jed York apologizing.
I'm trying to think NFL because NBA.
I think like Jim Irsay might have been. I feel like he could.
Jim Irsay was. Jim Irsay definitely was. I can think of an NBA owner who also happens to be Indian, who's an active poster on Twitter, but you don't want me to make that connection for your sake. Let's see. I'm literally like going like team to team right now in my head. Does Robert Kraft post on Twitter ever?
I don't think so.
Probably not.
Jerry doesn't, but Jerry on Twitter would be amazing.
All right.
Sean Payton's on Twitter.
Sean Payton is on Twitter.
I wish Jerry was on Twitter. That'd be great.
Oh man, I wish Mark
Davis
was on Twitter. Mark Davis on Twitter. I feel like it'd be kind of funny.
You know who would have lived so well in the Twitter world is Al Davis.
Oh man,
he would have been an elite poster.
Yeah, I'm like literally looking at all the teams. Oh, Packers owners are on Twitter.
Nice.
I'm literally going like team by team right now, and I can't really see any that really are.
Yeah, so Vinod posted like leave it to reporters to make a mountain out of a molehill, you know, blah blah blah. It was like, yeah, it's like I don't think anyone of the right mind should be doubting your fan credentials. You know, it's like players on teams grew up fans of other teams, and like,
right,
you know, it's like it doesn't change how they play.
Right, exactly. Once you're in it, man.
And then Neil Kosla was like replied to like a Seahawks troll burner kind of Seahawks community account, which was hilarious. I can't believe he did that. he's like he got deep into like Seahawks fan burners, so that was awesome. I gotta find the tweet. Here we go. Neil Kosla. Okay, so like I'm sending to you right now. He's like deep in a thread. I'm sending it to you on Messenger.
Oh, here we go.
He's on Spoon Locks. He's replying to Spoon Locks. That's crazy.
Technically, I mean, even when he said like, even what business venture? Guess what? Business more
profitable, it is
successful. So it's like, who cares?
The game is a business, man.
Yeah, exactly. Like, is that a bad thing? That, I mean, they benefit pretty directly from being successful. If that's all this is to them.
You know who also wasn't a Seahawks fan growing up?
Who?
Paul Allen. They didn't exist.
Yeah. Right, exactly.
And guess what he did for him, you know?
Yeah.
I don't, you know, I'm very, very much like a wait and see, you know. I don't think it's possible for any owner to be like what Paul Allen especially was. Like Jody Allen, let the football people do the football things. I don't think there's anything exceptional about Jody Allen. But she was a good owner, right? But she was good at not doing anything. But Paul was amazing. I mean, he was the kind of guy who knew how to challenge people, even, guys who were very successful. And no one's going to be Paul Allen. But, I mean, this guy's very, Vinod. I don't know how hands-on. It seems like Neil's going to be in charge a lot. But the whole family's very successful. Who knows how that will translate. But if they're smart, the team's running pretty well.
Right.
Speaking of the team running well, Leonard Williams extension, very good news. I was worried he was going to hang it up because, I mean, he's just been a game wrecker under Mike McDonald. So I'm very happy he got an extension. It's probably going to end up being 2 years, but very excited for that. Just a smart deal, staying out of cap hell while rewarding guys. I think it was 3 years, $30 million a year. But like 56 guaranteed.
Yeah, sounds about right.
But that's it from Seahawks land. I'll just say real quick on the preseason game. I was coaching high school ball today, so I got home at the fourth quarter. So I wasn't able to catch it. Other than Jason Myers shanking a field goal, and he has directly cost us 2 preseason games.
Brutal way to go out. Should have gotten your Super Bowl MVP while you could, Jason. I'm sorry it's happened to you. Anyways, before I talk about Cincinnati, this video just popped up on my feed, and I need to share it with the world.
Let's see it.
Fantastic caption, 0.4 GPA activates. And then...
Activates? Activities, dog.
Was it activates? I thought, or activities.
You said active. It's activities.
It does say activities, yeah. Anyways, I am very tired. I'm sick. I can't read right now.
That's pretty funny. Who's the lineman? Is that?
I'm too tired right now, man. I have no idea. I'm probably not gonna make the team. I don't know who 70. It was Falele got traded.
Yeah.
So I don't know who that guy is. 79. I don't know who 79 on the Giants is. Activities.
All right, yes, Bengals land. What you got to share, Beau?
All right. So they had their last preseason game today. For the first time in literally 20 years, went perfect in the preseason.
Oh my gosh.
Dominated pretty much every. And again, who freaking cares, right? And I understand that. At the same time, like I think the depth just on the roster looks good. Like they're gonna cut players that have had good preseasons. Which I can't remember the last time I said that, honestly. Like they look well coached. They only allowed 2 touchdowns on defense in the entire preseason, so that's pretty notable considering they allowed like 20. Not actually, but certainly feels like that last year.
Cuts?
Deadline is 3 p.m. Pacific on Sunday.
Okay.
Most likely teams will start announcing those earlier.
Yeah.
A lot of teams have already announced. Like the Browns, I saw announced theirs today. Gerard Gray. There you go. Gerard Gray is the guy who pranked Darvell Reese. But anyway, so tonight, obviously, weren't going to see a lot because obviously none of the starters were playing. Dante Myers, it seems, has firmly locked himself up a roster spot because he only played like the first drive of the game. Caught 3 catches for 51 yards, so better than Jacoby Lane's entire preseason. But that's okay. I guess we didn't really talk about this on the Lost podcast, but Jacoby Lane getting like, oh, Lamar's finally got like a true X receiver hype. And I know it's preseason. You don't put too much weight into it, but like he hasn't really done anything to get the hype, at least in preseason games. I don't know. Maybe he's doing a little bit better in practice. I assume he's doing better in practice. Otherwise, why would he be getting any hype at all, right? How did he do tonight? Jacoby Lane. Did he even play? Yeah, he didn't even play at all. So there you go. Dante Myers did more on one preseason drive than Jacoby Lane did in his entire preseason. So there you go. But Jacoby Lane's the one that's getting all the hype. But anyways, let's see. So Dante Myers looked great. It's just a good day for the back of the roster. The all like second and third team units on the offensive line looked really good, which I think is a good indicator of how well Scott Peters is coaching them up on that side. Because trust me, I've seen very bad offensive line coaching. I've seen really bad second and third unit offensive lines in preseason football, and this is not that. They were road grading well into the fourth quarter in Philadelphia, which was good to see. They're bad, like undrafted running backs, Kentrell Bullock and Jamal Haynes both had like insane games, and a couple had some insane plays mixed in there. Trying to think, was any real takeaways? No, they just dominated. They look good. Undefeated preseason. Again, not that matters at the end of the day, the wins and losses. But what does matter, I think, is that pretty much every rookie from their draft class made some sort of play. Tacario Davis had a pick tonight.
I saw that. Yeah.
He just had a nice game in general. He had a nice PBU on the very first drive. Landon Robinson got pressure on the first drive. He was held without a sack for the first time all preseason, so that's unfortunate. But I did get a pressure that kind of helped with that Davis PBU. Then he had a nice jam on Mekhi Lemon that turned into a pick. Tacario Davis had Mekhi Lemon in hell tonight. It was actually kind of great to see. Yeah, no, I think if you look like top to bottom, like Cassius Howell didn't play at all tonight or last week, but he had some nice plays in the first game. Tacario tonight was really his game. Colby Young had a really nice first and second game, didn't play at all this one. Connor Liu had a good preseason as he's coming back from injury, didn't play at all in game one, had a nice game 2 and 3. Brian Parker had an awesome preseason period. Jack Endry had a great game 1. Had some plays tonight. Also had a fumble that got called back for a penalty, but obviously you can't be fumbling when you're competing for a tight end 4 or 5 spot. But I think he's done enough to make the roster for sure. And then Landon Robinson has just been a splash play machine on the interior defensive line when he's been in there. So, I think a Bengals draft class that I really liked back in April is like they're all showing out right now. Obviously, it's preseason. They're going up against backups and second, third stringers, but for the most part, I've been really, really happy with what I've seen. Early returns from their draft class. Oh, and of course the It was funny, and I thought this picture was AI generated when I first saw it, but there was a picture of Joe Burrow and Brian Cook like shadow boxing in practice, like on Tuesday or Wednesday, and it's like Joe Burrow doing
So
like
like boxing, shadow boxing,
yeah,
or the Seahawks shadow boxing.
No, see a boxing shadow boxing.
Yeah, because that's what the Seahawks have called the point and look game.
Oh no, like the actual shadow.
They've been doing that. Yeah, no, they've been doing that for like since last year.
Let me see if I can find the picture of Joe Burrow, Brian Cook, and then the follow up on that was the video I sent you earlier of them actually like shadow boxing like on the.
Oh, I didn't get a chance to look at that.
Oh yeah, watch that really fast.
I'll watch it. Yeah, let's see it.
Let's see if I can find this picture.
I'm a busy man, Beau. I got a fancy school branded backpack now, so I
very nice.
I put my oh, that's pretty fun.
Yeah, where's the picture that came out earlier this week of like Joe Burrow like literally like they were shadow boxing during practice too, and like Joe Burrow's doing like a full roundhouse kick right at Brian Cook. So I guess it's just a hobby they both have, just on the sideline, just doing their thing. I gotta find this picture because it's funny. Like he's doing like a full roundhouse kick. I thought it was AI at first. Training camp. Dang it. Okay, Twitter.
No, it's so. Shoot, what was it? So I got a branded backpack now, so I put all my stuff on game day in there. It's pretty sweet.
There you go. All right, I'm just searching Joe Burrow kick and hoping the picture comes up because I saw it on Twitter. I'm not on any other social media, so there's the shot. There's the video for the folks at home that haven't seen it yet. Oh, jeez, it's all jumpy. That's fine. Oh, it's because I hit pause on it. That's why it's jumpy. Seeing my long hair starting to get annoying. Joe Burrow's done with the Bengals. He attacked their star safety on the sidelines in the final preseason game. Chris Canty, probably. Really just ESPN in general. Gosh, man, I wish I could find that picture of him just like full roundhouse kicking Brian Cook during practice, though, because it was really funny. It's fine. It's fine. I'm like, because I'm passionate about that. Here it is. Here it is. I thought this was AI generated at first, but real picture. So there you go. Joe Burrow watches whatever it's called, Karate Kid. Joe Burrow is the Karate Kid. Look at that.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
I thought it was AI generated at first. No, that just they caught that.
That is really cool.
Yeah, apparently, and that's some kind of a follow up. Actually, I guess a couple of years ago, Jamar Chase was like, "Oh yeah, Joe's a psycho. Like he'll just come up and like UFC kick you because he's like a massive UFC fan. Like he'll just come up and like UFC kick you."
Oh, that's right. I remember he was at the UFC fights.
Yep. So, yeah, that was fun. Anyways, trying to think if there's any other Bengals news. No. Next piece of Bengals news will be the cuts. But fun preseason. Probably the best. And I'm usually accustomed to the Bengals going like 1-2 or 0-3 in preseason and looking really uninspiring. Again, I know it's preseason. I don't really care that they went 3-0. I do, however, care that they actually look like they're competent, have good depth, and are being well coached right now, which, in past preseasons, I don't think I could have said, at least for all three. So there you go. There's Bengals preseason and week 3 takeaways. Next time we see them, they matter. Next time we see them, it's for real, which is a little nerve-wracking, but you know what? Knock on wood, we got through all preseason without any major injuries. Sounds like Jamar's fine. He traveled with the team and all that. So We are good there. So yeah, I'm trying to think of any other NFL news that we haven't talked about in the past 3 days that we really missed.
Leonard, I mean, it's been a lot of Seahawks-oriented stuff. We signed Leonard. We got sold.
Yeah. Joey Porter apparently at an impasse in Pittsburgh could be.
Oh, yeah.
On the trade block.
Maybe he's a Seahawk. Although Trevon Diggs did have a pick. They said they're gonna sign Terry on the 28th, and then he's gonna get put on the exempt list.
Oh, there you go.
During the midst of the transactions, I think.
Oh, that reminds me. When we're doing our picks for the Seahawks, I thought about this after the fact. Terrion wasn't on that 53. So
well, he won't be on the 50. Well, no, he's not going to be on the 50. He's not going to.
Oh, not going to be on the 53. Oh, that's right.
He's going to be on the exempt list.
There you go. All right. Get away with it for now.
So they're going to sign him, like, right when they're doing their cuts, and then immediately put him on exempt list. So, like, they're going to cut a guy that they're not going to bring back before the 90-man deadline, like they normally would. Then they're going to put him on the 90-man. Then he's immediately going to be exempt. And then they'll have another spot open so they can keep doing cuts without, like, having to lose someone they really want to not lose. That's my read on it, at least. Now, shall we get to the New Orleans Saints?
Let's do it. So, probably for the first time ever, the first team that we talk about in a division preview video is currently leading the division in our picks.
Wow.
Congratulations, New Orleans. This is the first, I think. So, the 5-6 New Orleans Saints.
Noted Andy Bashir fan, Tyler Shough.
There you go. So they haven't had like a super headline heavy offseason.
No.
All the optimism around the Saints is them just continuing the momentum that they built up last year, which valid. I mean, makes sense. As far as like move, I mean, Travis Etienne, that's a good signing. I think he pairs well with Kamara and probably is the eventual successor to Kamara, considering very similar play styles. David Edwards, that's a good signing as well. He developed really, really nicely in Buffalo, so he'll definitely help fortify that interior offensive line. Cam Jordan's back. They trade for Tyree Wilson, who's notable because of his draft pedigree, not much else. Caden Ellis was a nice signing as well. 3 years, $33 million. He's a good linebacker prospect. Had a really nice year in Atlanta. Actually goes back to New Orleans. Yeah, I mean, not a super headline heavy offseason from a acquisition standpoint, but add a handful of nice players. Who they lost, Dante Pettis, who I didn't even realize was still in the league. Good for him. Taysom Hill, kind of the same story. Didn't realize he was even still around. He kind of fell off the planet a couple years ago. Foster Moreau, Luke Fortner, let's see, Demario Davis. Oh, man, that's a notable loss. He ageless wonder. He's still playing.
Oh my goodness, just still going.
Yeah. So yeah, good for. And then Lavonte Taylor also left for a starting corner job in Tennessee. As for their draft here, we both gave it kind of an average grade. Jordan Tyson, if he can stay healthy, is a really dynamic receiver. Unfortunately, that's what I'm about to say. Already has not been able to do that. Christian Miller, fine. Oscar Delp, I liked Oscar Delp a lot. I won't lie. I did like him a lot. 73 was a little rich, but he also went in a range where a lot of tight ends I liked a whole lot less were going. So I'm like, you know what? I'm all right with Oscar Delta at 73. Jeremiah Wright, Bryce Lance, who's a speed receiver that I liked a lot.
He was fun.
They just like their speed. I mean, Jordan Tyson's fast when he's healthy, but Bryce Lance, Barryon Brown, Lorenzo Styles Jr., like they're just like, if a dude's fast, let's take him.
Mm-hmm. Is this Mike McDaniel now?
Yeah, it's Al Davis.
Yep. The vertical game.
Yep. So Kellen Moore getting his dudes here. It's crazy to think Kellen Moore's an NFL head coach because I still remember him at Boise, and I'm like, man, like he was at Boise when we were in like middle school. It's not like this was like ages ago either, but maybe we were in middle school ages ago, and we're just old now.
It is true.
Crazy.
We are.
So, a draft class with some players that I really liked in there overall. You know, as a total package.
Is Mickey Loomis really gonna get away with never pressing the reset button? Because it's feeling like it's getting there.
Yeah, it might be. I don't know. I still don't really believe in Tyler Shough, if I'm being honest. But if you're ever gonna take a quarterback, next year's the year to do it. It wasn't last year anyways. So, speaking of Tyler Shough, he goes into this year obviously as the starting quarterback. Spencer Rattler's his backup. Running back Travis Etienne. Oh my goodness, jeez. I'm tired. Alvin Kamara is backup here.
You said, yeah.
A couple other,
which is crazy to say, but it's true right now.
I mean, he's getting up there. Makes sense.
And he's
Alvin Kamara, and he's hurt, right? Alvin Kamara's never rushed for 1,000 yards in a season, like quietly.
Really,
it's kind of wild. Like, that's not me trying to roast the guy. He's one of the best running backs of the late 2010s, early 2010s for sure. He also literally has never rushed for 1,000 yards this season, which I think just goes way under talked about. Now, if you put in all-purpose yards and factor in receiving yards, all of a sudden, he crosses that pretty easily. But, not the dynamic runner that
that's surprising. Other
at least from
that 1-6 touchdown game.
Yeah, right. Other than the one.
Remember that?
Who would remember? History forgets about it, though. History forgets about the 6 touchdown Alvin Kamara game. I wonder why. I still remember all the tweets. It's like, pray for anyone who's going up against pray for anybody who's going up against Alvin Kamara in a fantasy championship this weekend.
It's like that meme, like, call 911, but not for me.
Yeah, praying for anybody who played against Alvin Kamara, and then God just looked at me and said, "Prayer received, my friend." Took care of me that weekend.
Yeah, he did.
Shout out Michael Gallup getting like 40 points out of nowhere.
Well, that and me having just horrific receivers.
Yeah, the rest of your team after Kamara was pretty terrible. Stephon Diggs also got me like 42 on Monday. I needed him to get me like 11. He got me like 40. Like, it was a good weekend after that one.
Yeah, after it was the first game too. And you had a big hole to dig yourself out of. And you did. Yep.
Speaking of receivers, again, we got Jordan Tyson, Chris Olave, and Devon Bailey. Good, you know what? Good for Devon Bailey. Still the starter in the league in year 3. I bet Bryce
like 50 years old now.
At some point. Yeah. Tight end Juwan Johnson's still starting tight end in New Orleans. They did sign Noah Fant. And like I said, I like Oscar Delp. He's a tight end 3 at the moment. Offense line left to right, like Kellen Banks, who had a nice rookie year. Oh man. David Edwards, Eric McCoy, Cesar Ruiz, and Talisi Fonga. It sounds like Cesar Ruiz might be nearing the end of his rope or end of his leash as far as patience goes. And considering the rest of the offensive line outside of him is pretty good, I understand why. Defensively, up front, Vernon Broughton, Devon Godchaux, Nathan Shepard. Not super inspiring. Definitely feel a little bit better if they had Brian Brashee right now. That front 3 is not great. Hopefully Christian Miller can be an impact for him because everything else is rough. Edge rushers, Carl Granderson. Chase Young quietly has been really good ever since he went to New Orleans. It's just he's been in New Orleans, so no one realizes that. But he's really, really solid player. Cam Jordan, of course, still here as well. Caden Ellis and Pete Werner, very solid linebacker tandem.
I'm a big Pete Werner guy.
Pete Werner's great. Yep. And then at corner, we got Kool-Aid McKinstry, who's had a nice career thus far. Second-year player Quincy Riley, who didn't love him as a prospect. Sounds like his rookie year had some ups and downs based on reports on New Orleans. But you know what? For a fourth-round rookie, ups and downs are kind of be expected. So not a death knell necessarily. And Jonas Sanker, who's a safety prospect I liked out of UVA, is their starting nickel. Julian Blackman, Justin Reed at safety, Terrell Burgess also in the mix there too. So overall, defensively, I actually do like the pieces they have here. That front three is definitely concerning.
A little shaky there.
But everything else is not bad. Like, they've definitely got pieces. Offensively, again, I don't terribly believe in Tyler Shough, but could I believe in him enough to win the NFC South championship? Let's find out. We only have 6 games to predict for the New Orleans Saints. Starting with Monday Night Football, the 20-year anniversary of their first game back in the Dome.
Oh, how cool.
Playing the same team they beat that night. Awesome story.
I think we gotta give it to him, man.
We gotta
give it to him.
You gotta go. Yep. I mean, a common refrain is that the 1972 Dolphins weren't going to beat the Saints in that dome that night.
Yeah, nobody was.
And same story here. The 2026 Falcons are very much not the 1972 Dolphins, but we'll talk about that in a bit. Home against the Panthers on or just regular afternoon here. Panthers are obviously solid, but Saints have really had their number, especially in New Orleans. I might be leaning Saints here. I think a season split with Carolina makes sense. Which is convenient because the game at Carolina is the next game we have to predict here.
There we go. Nice and easy.
On the other hand, their games against Tampa have not been overly inspiring.
Yeah, I think Tampa's going to sweep them.
Yeah. And then the only other game we got left to pick is January 3rd in Atlanta.
What are they looking at right now?
Right now, you're looking at 7-9. Well, 6-9 going into, or no, 7-7 going into this game, or 7-8 going into this game. There we go.
7-8. Or the Falcons? No, well, we don't know.
Falcons are like 1 and something.
Are they going to sweep them?
I don't know.
I don't think so. Give me the Falcons here.
All right, there you go.
I think they showed progress, but still fall short in the end of the year.
Right. So we got a 7-10 New Orleans team here. So right now, first in the division. We'll see if that lasts.
I think that feels like on track for them.
Yeah. I do guarantee, though, based on our predictions, they'll finish better than Atlanta, though, who is currently 2-11. But let's talk about that first, because Atlanta did have a notable offseason. Obviously, new coaching staff with
so much
Kevin
funny
Stefanski
things have happened.
Yeah. Signed Tua to a vet minimum deal. Immediately became a meme in the first preseason game. Signed Brian Robinson.
And now he might not make the roster. Have you seen that report?
I have seen that. Just wild. Jahan Dotson. Signed Amir Receiver 3 here.
It's kind of crazy that both Jahan Dotson and what's his name? Laquan Treadwell have kind of carved themselves out some spots in the NFL.
Yeah. They refuse to go away. Drake London, another receiver from the first round of the 22 draft. He's been a little bit more successful. Signed a 4-year, $141 million deal. Austin Hooper, back to Atlanta, where it all started for him. They also re-signed Kyle Pitts for some reason. I'm not going to lie. I thought Kyle Pitts in Atlanta was done. I thought he was going to go to like Kansas City and finally get his career reclaimed. But
that would have been cool.
He's in Atlanta for the long run. Now, Kevin Stefanski does have a good history of actually using tight ends properly. So
that is true. Shout out David Njoku.
Yep, David Njoku. Harold Fannin last year, too.
Yep.
So maybe this is the Kyle Pitts redemption year. Just had to sign an $18 million per year contract for it to happen. Brian Jawan Taylor, who got cut by the Chiefs. Speaking of the Chiefs, Trader Rukaroro for Mason Smith. I don't know about that one, Chief. Christian Harris.
Yeah, they moved on quick from him.
Yeah. Christian Harris, had his splashes as a linebacker in Houston. Signed here in Atlanta, kind of replaced Caden Ellis. Sidney Brown traded from Philadelphia. And then they signed Nick Folk, which, I mean, it's a pretty big kicker upgrade right there. And Jake Bailey, for that matter. Punter. As far as losses go, quite a few, but how many of these are actually big? We're about to find out. Kirk. I literally almost called him Kirk Chains, just unironically. Kirk Cousins. Kirk Chains. Kirk Cousins obviously left.
Now, I'd probably start for a while in Las Vegas. Mendoza.
Yep. Tyler Algier, obviously, goal line back. Bijan, Vulture. Thank you, Bijan.
Who was the worst Vulture, Charbonnet or Algier?
Probably Algier, because I think Bijan was more highly coveted.
Yeah, true. But those memes about Charbonnet stealing K9's touchdowns were pretty funny.
Yeah, that's true. At least Bijan would break off like a 30-yarder every now and again.
True.
But once they got to the goal line, you knew it was just going to be Algier. Like, jeez. Speaking of which, fantasy draft tomorrow.
I know, but
on the docket. But I don't have a first-round pick because guess what? I traded it like I do every year.
You know what's funny is I was like, yeah, if people don't like this time, I can change it. No one said anything, so I better have no complainers. I said it in two places. I said it in the sleeper chat and in
Messenger. Yep.
In Messenger. So if I have complainers, that's on you.
That was the day I picked in the poll, so I'm very much on board with tomorrow. Again, I don't even have a first round pick, but
works best for me too.
I run my team like the Rams.
F them picks.
Let's see, Darnell Mooney, who's still a productive player, but he left for the Giants. Let's see, Caleb McGarry retired. Rest in peace.
Oh yeah, time to get rid of Darius Slayton.
Arnold Ebiketie, he's left for Philly. David Onyemata went to the Jets. Rukaroro traded, of course. Caden Ellis went to the Saints. D. Alford was a productive player.
Bad misses on that D line, man. Ebiketie and a row.
Yeah, Ebiketie was a productive player for them.
He was fine, but he was taken early in the second round.
Sure.
They took him before Boya Mafe. Or right after.
Really? Dang. I thought it was after, but it was right after.
They were very close together.
Yeah, that's true. Oh man. Ronnie Harrison left. Who cares? And then Bradley Pinion, St. Gonzalez. Their draft happened. Their draft happened. You liked it a little bit more than I did, but supposedly Zach Branch actually looks pretty good in training camp or preseason. So
guess what? Of course he's going to look good in training camp. He's fast.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it can translate. They need something to go well for him.
Yeah.
Avion Terrell. I haven't heard much out of training camp.
You know how I thought about Avion Terrell. I love Avion Terrell.
Fan.
That's why I was so high on their draft, probably.
Yeah, Kendall Daniels. Nice athletic linebacker, getting him in the force a little early for me. Antonio Thompson, Husky, but I did not have a draftable grade for him. They took him in the 6th, late 6th, but 6th. Harold Perkins, a fun dart throw. He had some really good tape early on at LSU. Just didn't really recover well from injuries. And then Ethan Odianwa, respectfully to Mr. Ethan here. If your college fan base laughs when you get drafted, you probably weren't a good player. And there were Ohio State fans saying, like, who got drafted?
That's brutal. That's brutal.
That's rough. So, yeah. Respectfully, of course. Stress that. Let's see here. So their depth chart right now. Yeah, like Ethan Oniana was below Mike Jarrell in the depth chart.
Let's go, Mike Jarrell. I bet second stringer, man. Where'd Mike Jarrell go to school? Don't look. Don't cheat.
Wasn't Mercer. No, it wasn't Mercer. Nope. It was a D2.
It was in D3? Ohio. It's a D2 in Ohio.
Oh, man. What was it? Dang it. I used to be able to know. I used to know this off like it was nothing. It started with
Findlay.
Findlay, dang it. Okay, I was thinking orange. It was orange.
It was orange. Findlay. That is correct.
It was orange. I'm remembering his picture from the draft profile I made for him. I did not remember the school name. Just remember his picture. Okay. So quarterback, Mike is currently projected to start. Nice.
Let's go. Backup. He's cleared according to what's his name? Stefanski, who didn't sound very thrilled about that news.
No. Cooper Rush they brought in. Maybe he can be the backup after they cut Tua, if they cut Tua. Bijan's obviously starter. Brian Robinson's our new vulture. If he can stay healthy himself. Receivers, Drake London, Jahan Dotson, and Olamide Zaccheaus. Obviously, Drake London's fantastic player. Jahan Dotson and Olamide Zaccheaus are both fine wide receiver 3/4s. And those are your wide receiver 2 and 3. So, not great. Maybe Zach Branch can step in here. I think that's the hope. Of course, you have Kyle Pitts, who's basically a receiver on his own. Charlie Warner, Austin Hooper here as well. Left tackle, left to right, you got Jake Matthews, who's still doing pretty well considering his age. Matthew Bergeron, who's quietly turned into a really solid left guard at this level. Ryan Newsel, Chris Lindstrom, who's always been really solid. And Jawan Taylor, who they're hoping can be Jacksonville Jawan Taylor, not Kansas City Jawan Taylor at this point in his career. Defensively, front three, Zach Harrison, Mason Smith, Brandon Dorless. You don't love that. However, they do have a really good – I want to stress, they have a really good DC in Jeff Ulbrich who might be able to work this stuff.
He's been fantastic. It was smart to keep him on. You know, you're not changing the scheme because it's pretty familiar to what Stefanski wants to run anyways.
Yep. They did have a really promising pair of second-year edge rushers, but James Pierce Jr. suspended for 8 games, and Jalen Walker's out for the season. So – that's rough. Instead, you got Samson Ebicom who's going to step in. Obviously, they signed Zadarius Smith a few days ago, or probably about a week ago at this point. There was actually a really nice story about Zadarius Smith, who last year when he was in Philadelphia, he retired actually, and then because I think it was his mom who passed away, and he couldn't keep playing football under those circumstances. Which of course makes sense. But then when he was entertaining a potential return to football this offseason, Atlanta came calling, and he basically said in a press conference that his mom always wanted him to play for Atlanta. So
that's nice.
That's a cool story. That is a nice story. So I'll be rooting for Za'Darius for that reason for sure. Inside linebackers, Divine Diablo is just a really kind of got famous for having a funny name, but is also just a really good linebacker. Christian Harris.
Who picked him in the draft?
Earlier.
Do you remember?
It's the Raiders.
Yeah. What GM?
Oh, that was that Mayock at that point? Yeah, it was still Mayock at that point.
Yep.
Yeah. 2021. A really interesting 2021 Raiders draft. I'll just say that.
Oh. All the Floria, all the Mayock Gruden ones are rough other than Max Crosby. Shout out Alex Leatherwood, Cleveland Farrell.
They got some. I mean, they got like Divine Diablo. They got Nate Hobbs. They got some decent, like Amik Robertson. They got decent day 3 value. Actually, Max Crosby was the start of that. Actually, but you're right. There was definitely some questionable moments in there as well. Corner Mike Hughes is again still in the league. A little surprised at that. AJ Terrell's in here as well. Of course, fantastic. Billy Bowman, second year nickel or second year corner safety linebacker hybrid playing the nickel for him. Xavier Watts had an awesome rookie year. Who could have seen that one coming? And Jesse Bates is still Jesse Bates. Sidney Brown is safety 3. Can definitely do worse than that for sure. Avion currently waiting to take Mike Hughes' spot in that starting lineup as well. And then new specialists in Nick Folk and Jake Bailey, of course. Yeah, so I guess looking at the roster, like the individual skill talent, like Bijan Robinson, obviously amazing, probably one of the top, if not the top, running backs in football. Probably couldn't name 2 or 3 better than him off the top of my head. Drake London, awesome receiver. Kyle Pitts, really talented tight end. Honestly, even like the offensive line, like there are pieces on the offensive line that are really solid. But I hate to say it, haven't seen enough from Mike to convince me that like he's the guy, if we're being honest. Seen flashes, not saying they haven't been flashes. Need to see consistently. So that's A.
Unfortunately.
And
as
B,
much as we love him.
As much as we love him. This is no disrespect to Mike. It's just the reality of the situation. And B, outside of Drake London, this receiver room's bad. Like Jahan Dotson, Olamide Zacchaeus, maybe Zach Branch is something for you. So that's one thing. And then you go to the defense. Their edge room is crippled at the moment. Like I said, I'm rooting for Zadarius Smith, but he's like 35. Samson Ebukam hasn't been like a disrupted pass rusher in a couple of years. Azeez Ojulari, same story. Yeah. That front 3 is not inspiring. Zach Harrison, Mason Smith, Brandon Dorless. You don't really get a lot out of that. And the secondary, I mean, the safeties are fantastic. Xavier Watts and Jesse Bates are great. AJ Terrell's really good. The rest of it's just kind of, like, there are individual players on Atlanta that like have like really high Madden ratings, what make you go, "Oh yeah, I want to play as them." And then you look at the team as a whole, and then it's like, "Oh, like this is like Cincinnati from 2 years ago."
I can see that, yeah.
So, they're 2-11 at the moment, though. I don't think they're that. Like, I think they're good enough to. The thing is, I think they're good enough to split.
Their schedule's tough.
Yeah, I mean, let's look at their losses. Like, how many of these do we think aren't actually losses? Like, we have them beating the Chiefs for one of those 2 wins. To be clear, maybe Minnesota. Maybe we're.
I think they can beat the Browns. They can beat the Browns. I don't care if it's December 13th. It's
all right. Fair enough. I think they can beat the Vikings, too, coming off a bye.
Okay.
But, like, that one, I think, is more of a...
I think they'll split with the Panthers.
I do think they split the Panthers. I think they split both the Panthers and the Bucks.
Yeah.
We'll just give it to the home team in all those.
Is that it?
That gets them to 6. I think that's pretty realistic. Ooh,
No, 5.
No, I haven't picked
there.
that last one yet.
Okay.
Yeah, so 6 and 11, yeah, which not enough to catch New Orleans, but yeah. What does that bring? Vikings at 5 and 12. Yeah, hate to say it, not ridiculous. Browns at 4 and 13. Yeah, that's where we're expecting it to be. So that's fine. All right. So that's Atlanta. Now Tampa. Who they've had an eventful couple weeks.
They have. It's been a crazy offseason.
So acquisitions wise, Jake Browning, big time.
The GOAT.
I love Jake Browning. Don't get me wrong, but man, some of the worst NFL quarterbacking I've ever seen last year. Very distraught to say that, but it's true. Kenneth Gainwell's a nice change of pace back, and if Bucky Irving gets hurt, which he probably will, because he was hurt pretty much all last year, can kind of fill that role. Let's see who else here. Kate Otton's back, 3 years, $30 billion. Let's see. Ashawn Robinson, 1 year, $10 million. Alex Anzalone, 2 years, 17. He's an interesting fit for the Todd Bowles defense. Anzalone is. Miles Kilbrew.
Yeah, I can see it.
Special teams demon, Miles Kilbrew.
Well, then there's all that drama that they had with Vita and Baker.
Right. And they figured out the Vita stuff. This would be more interesting if we're talking about a Vita Vea trade for sure. The Baker stuff still hasn't been resolved, though. And he's not holding out. He's still practicing. He's going to be their opening day starter. But it's interesting that they're not, trying to get a deal done there. It feels like they're just yeah, let's see how the season goes. Which I'm like, that's risky. That's very risky with a quarterback of Baker's caliber. Jeez, caliber. That's the word. So quarterback, Teddy Bridgewater, he left, but he just retired. He retired. Yeah, Teddy Bridgewater retired a few weeks ago. So they actually lost him retirement. Before they lost him retirement, they lost him to the Lions. Lost Rachaad White to the Commies. Mike Evans, Buccaneers legend, future Ring of Honor guy.
Hall of Fame? Question?
He's on the cusp. He's a cusp guy.
Maybe, agree.
Probably at some point, but not first ballot.
His you get some overrating because of some goofy stats.
Right. Logan Hall, who's an interesting interior D lineman, left for Houston. Lavonte David, of course, retired. Jamel Dean, still really good corner, left for Pittsburgh. And then Daniel's favorite player, Kendall Vildor. It's now in New York. Jeez. There we go. So their drafts. We both loved it. And it's easy to see why.
So fun.
Ruben Bain. Excellent value at 15.
Amazing.
Even if you weren't a huge Ruben Bain fan, at 15 you have to.
We knew he had his problems, right?
Yeah.
And,
I mean, he's already killing it in training camp.
Yeah, but I was thinking 6 through 10 is where I take him. They got him at 15.
Insane. When he was still available for Baltimore at 14, I was like, please take Vega. Please take Vega. Please. I was praying they didn't break Ruben Bain, and they didn't. So Josiah Trotter, who's a fun linebacker.
I like him.
Yeah. Old school type. Ted Hurst, who's had a really nice
very fun player. He was a receiver I liked a lot coming out of where was he? Memphis, or was he
he was at Georgia State, I think.
That's right. Yep. It was a small school, and he was very fun to watch because we were thinking about yak guys. And he was one of them.
Keontae Scott, fun nickel corner. Older prospect. I remember recruiting him at UW. That's old.
Really?
And he was coming out of JUCO at the time too.
We love COVID. We love COVID era, don't we?
Love COVID era, but so definitely on the older side, but just some really good tape. Had an awesome year at Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Lamonte Capehart, fine D tackle. Their day 3 round 5 and 6 was a little but that's fine. They're around 5 and 6 picks. Who cares? If you knock it out of the park on your first 4 picks, your last 3 picks can afford to be a little less inspiring. That's totally okay. I feel like their 2025 draft is kind of like the same story. Best player in the division, Bijan. Yeah. We like their a very similar story. Best player in the division, Bijan. We do know Bijan.
Who?
This comment right here. Rise up.
No, I was making a joke.
Oh yeah,
who's
Bijan
Bijan Robinson?
I had no idea. We were just talking about Bijan for a while, about how he always gets vultured in fantasy. I'm a Bijan fantasy owner, so I wouldn't know. Shout out South Point Catholic, by the way.
They're honoring Robinson.
Him. They did. They retired his number.
Oh, they already did. I thought it was coming later.
Oh, yeah, it's coming later. Oh, yeah, it's coming later because their first game was an away game, so I think they're retiring it later this year. Let's see, what division are we talking? Oh yeah, here we go. NFC South. That's right. Retiring his number at South Point. Was shocker it even took that long. I think when I first heard it, I was like, really? It took him that long to retire? I feel like he should have retired it when he was still at Texas, if I'm being honest. But that's fine. It's fine. Better late than never. Quarterback obviously got Baker Mayfield still, Jake Browning in at the 2 spot. Jalen Daniels, actually, that UDFA out of Kansas. He had some fun plays at Kansas. He was kind of fun
to watch at Kansas. Man.
Yeah. He's had a better preseason than Jake has, honestly. Whose is your team? Cincinnati, of course. We got Cincinnati. Love your grammar, by the way, Mr. Anizami Buseveni. I love it. Love that you're a Bijan fan because South Point Catholic. I'm in Tucson right now.
Maybe you could coach there.
Cincinnati. Oh, there you go. That's the dream. All right. Bucky Irving, Kenneth Gainwell, and then we got a Seahawks fan here too. I didn't finish answering the question.
Screw Bucky Irving.
You know what? Now that he's in the pros, he can be good.
No
pros. And Oregon's. Why? You don't want Oregon to use it for recruiting or something?
No, I just hate Ducks. I hate Ducks.
In the pros?
That's it. I just hate the Ducks.
Fair enough. You Tucson kid. That's right. What was I going to say? Oh, that's right. I was going to say, why, if you hate the Ducks so much, why do you like the Seahawks rivalry jerseys, which are basically just Ducks uniforms? I'll let that one slide.
You got me there.
Receiver J-Mac, obviously go Dogs.
Elite.
Jalen McMillan's elite. He's good. I wouldn't call him elite, but he's good. Emeka, and then of course Chris Godwin, who's still fairly productive.
Still kicking
Obviously not what he once was, but he's still doing pretty well. Another Husky, great. K-Dot is a starting tight end as well.
Can't forget about elite name Keith.
Keith, that's right.
I see another Seahawks. Husky great tight end.
Oh, it's been cold, bro. It's tight end 5, bro. Give it up.
Behind Keith, what?
I like the content.
Yes, I can.
Like Seahawks and disregard.
Yes, I can. A majority of Seahawks fans feel that way.
That's Husky Nation right there. That's Husky Nation.
A majority of Seahawks fans feel that way.
Yeah. I feel like that's the funny overlap where most Ducks fans are Seahawks fans, but not most Seahawks fans hate the Ducks.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny how the Pacific Northwest. It's weird how pro versus college, like it's funny.
Yep.
Anyways, we got Tristan Wirfs at left tackle. Ben Bredesen is not great at left guard. Graham Barton's been okay at center, not probably as good as we kind of hoped. Cody Mauch, just legendary right guard aura.
He's got the guard aesthetic down pat.
Yeah. As far as actually being a great player,
yeah,
it's not great. Luke Gedeke, though, has really, really developed well. Their tackle tandem there in Tampa is really nice.
Some of the best out there.
Could use some work for sure.
Look at their RB. Go back up though. RB5. Barika Capinu.
That's got to be a silent K, like Pinu.
Pinu. Yep. Good. Yeah. Good call.
That's wild.
Why is Vita Vea capitalized?
I don't know. I've always tried to figure out why our lads capitalizes some and doesn't capitalize.
Maybe it's for old players in their database and they're too lazy to change it back.
Yeah, Tristan Wirfs is awesome. Sorry, I still got the chat open. Tristan Wirfs is, I mean, it's funny to think in 2020 he's like old now. He's not old. He's 6, 7. Yes, I said the funny numbers. 6, 7 year vet. Not old, but like he's stepped into the league as one of the best tackles in football, and he just has not let go of that title by any means. Front threes, obviously Vita Vea is amazing. Kalijah Kancey's kind of a role player. His size has definitely caught up to him a little bit as far as being like truly disruptive, but he's definitely shown that he belongs. He makes enough plays to show he belongs. And A'Shawn Robinson still around. Edge, Ruben Bain, and Yaya Diaby's like fun.
Very fun. Very fun.
I like that a lot. And on the interior, interior linebackers, Alex Anzalone and Josiah Trotter. There's some.
That can be a good pairing.
Yeah, absolutely. Considering they were starting Servakia Dennis for most of the last year, and he was genuinely awful. Like this is a big upgrade on both levels.
What you got against Servassier?
Oh man, it's Servassier.
I'm pretty sure it's Servassier.
I think you're right. It sounds better, Servassier. That's a pretty sick name. I'm not gonna lie. I'll give you this, Servassier. You got a sick first name. At corner, Zion McCollum is okay. He's developed pretty nicely. I mean, he was out of like Sam Houston State way back in the day, and he's turned into a fine starting corner. Ben Morrison was rough as a rookie. I don't know how many
he was, unfortunately.
He was bad. And Jacob Parrish was actually pretty solid as a nickel, but it's a nickel, kind of limited role. Antoine Winfield's still one of the best safeties in football. Tyke Smith, player that I really liked coming out and has worked out very nicely in Tampa. Kicker and punter stay the same. Chase McLaughlin and Riley Dixon. So we only have 2 games to pick, and it's just the 2 Carolina games. Are we just calling it a split, maybe? I think that's probably what happens realistically.
Yeah. Home team wins it.
Home and home, yeah. Which
my gosh, it's shaping up for a real barn burner like always.
7 got 10, a 3-way tie.
7 10, 6-1.
Let's go. We got a 7-10 team in the. We got a 7-10 Bucks team in. The NFC South never change. NFC South never change. Man, there was a time where the NFC South had Drew Brees, Cam Newton, Tom Brady, and Matt Ryan.
What about when they had Josh Freeman too? Ooh.
Oh, you can't forget Josh Freeman, of course. But
Greg Schiano. Do you remember when Greg Schiano would try and blow up kneel downs?
I did remember that. My goodness.
That was like the most because it worked at Rutgers. That was like the most Bush League college football doesn't know where he is kind of coach ever moment. Yeah. Tom Coughlin wanted to kill him, and I think Jim Schwartz. They did that Jim Schwartz the next week. He was that wasn't the. He did run down and yell at Harbaugh. That was a different time, but I think he got real pissed at Greg Schiano. But hey, he's repaired his career in his second stint at Rutgers.
Mm-hmm.
Dude's just doomed in freaking, where is it? College Park? No, that's Maryland.
Where was he between? Oh, remember they tried to hire him at Tennessee and they ran him out of town before he could sign on the dotted line.
Yeah. But no, where
What's the
is
name of it?
Rutgers? That's what I'm asking.
Piscataway, New Jersey.
Yes, good call.
I knew it was New Jersey, but I couldn't remember what the name of the town was. I'm pretty sure it's
Yeah.
Piscataway.
You know, you're right. I didn't know the town. I was like, College Park? No, that's Maryland.
Right. I'm trying to look at other Tampa games. Like, no, I'm like having a hard time finding more wins for them right now. I'm like,
Tell me where I'm from. I said, say College Park, where I chop cars.
no,
Never
we kind of
forget.
nailed them.
Never forget Drew Lock dancing to "It's Going Down."
Yeah.
It's going down. Well, he rapped to "Put It On for My." What's is the song called "Put It On for My City"? On for my city.
Yep. That's the one.
Is that "Put On for My City"?
I don't know what it's called, but I know I don't know what it's called.
That's when he's rapping to that song. That's Young Jeezy,
Yeah.
I think. But no, he's at Mizzou. I think he was dancing to "It's Going Down." Meet me at the club. It's going down. Drew Lock's awesome, man. I wish he was a better quarterback because he'd be like fan
He's
favorite.
fun. He's like the white James Winston.
He has one of the best. No, I mean James Winston's in the league of his own, man. The closest
Right,
thing
but
to James Winston is Charles Barkley.
There you go. I agree.
Who would you compare Drew Lock to? He's kind of like a golden retriever.
I could see that.
You know, he has one of the best. He's one of the best basketball players in the NFL.
I did not know that. I need to get some water.
Really,
I'm starting to lose my voice, but
you're fine. I'll talk about Drew Lock hoops.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
He is really good at basketball. He could have played college basketball back in the Pete Carroll days when they would have the basketball hoop in the meeting room. Was always talked about being the best shot. Poona Ford was also said to have a very good jump shot, but Drew Lock never lost those games. But ever since Mike McDonald got here, they got rid of that hoop. But they do still have one on the practice field. They do still have one. But I remember when Mike McDonald first got here and there was all that drama, like no more basketball hoop. Oh, they're moving all the pictures, and then they trolled Richard Sherman. That was funny as hell, because they just moved the pictures. And what's cool about it is where they used to have those pictures, they have like the pictures and score of each win in the McDonald era, which is pretty cool. And like a big Super Bowl 60 thing under the Super Bowl 60 win. They have like a picture of like the play of the game. But Drew Lock is a very good basketball player. I think there's some mixtapes out there of him. But yeah, if you ask anyone on the Seahawks who has the best jump shot, everyone always says Drew Lock.
It's crazy.
Which you would not expect that. But he's one of the best basketball players in the NFL, which is hilarious.
For obvious reasons, no, I would not expect that.
You know who's another good basketball player, though? I saw the Michael Penix mixtape again. He's a hooper.
Oh, yeah. There you
Michael Penix before 50 ACL surgeries, dunking on people.
I do sometimes laugh at it's bad, but I laugh at the picture of him with the double ACL surgery.
Oh, that was just bad.
That's
a bad one. That's pre-do-rag Mike Penix too.
Yep. All right, Carolina. Well, I still have a voice here. Carolina. And then he was tired.
My boy, I can fix him. I thought he'd be so good. You know why, though? It's because of that WVU Texas game. That's it. Yep. Oh, that game was so good.
Legendary game, I agree. Kenny Pickett's the actual backup
out of
here.
the three really good players on that team, Gary Jennings or Johnson, I forget.
Gary Jennings,
and David Sills. David Sills is the only one who's had significant playing time in the NFL, and he played last year, which I was like, what? David Sills is still in the NFL?
We talked about David Sills a couple teams ago. I can't remember what team. I think New Orleans, maybe.
How
is Atlanta? He signed with Atlanta. He's in Atlanta.
I must have just mind hold that, but I was like, how is? Oh, well, he was there last year. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I was like, how is he still in the NFL, man?
He was a productive player on that 2022 Giants team that made the playoffs for some reason.
That's how bad their receivers were.
And they still made the playoffs. Yep. That's how good Saquon was that year. And that defense is good too. Let's see. Jalen Coker got paid 3 years, $35 million. Productive, very productive. We talked about Jalen Coker a couple episodes ago. Very well earned. John Mechie, good for you, man. Overcame a lot. Signed here in Carolina. Reunited with Bryce Young. David Morse still in the league. Re-signed with the Panthers. Stone Forsythe, your old friend. Got one deal there. Let's see. Rasheed Walker, who they got on a huge 1 year, $4 million. Like Rasheed Walker was like a very good left tackle for Green Bay. 1 year, $4 million. Like just had no market. I don't understand it at all. Yeah. I mean, it's Carolina's benefit, obviously. I know he had health issues though, so that's the main thing. Otherwise, Jalen Phillips, 4 years, $120 million, very rich deal for him. But he was really good in Philadelphia, so makes sense. Buy high. They bought high on him. Speaking of buying high, Devin Lloyd, 3 years, $45 million.
Well earned. He was fantastic.
I thought he might get more than that, honestly.
He was so good last year.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Nick Scott's carved himself out a little career in Carolina after being a total bust in Cincinnati, but that might not have been entirely his fault in hindsight. Yeah. Losses. Andy Dalton got traded to the Eagles. Rico Dowdle left the Steelers. Andy Dalton was I don't know if we ever talked about this, but they had most touchdowns in Bengals history. And during the, I want to say like the May press conference, it was either May or June press conference. They were asking Burrow about that because he needs 48 to break Andy Dalton's record. He's like, you think you can do that this year? He said, yeah, it's doable. It's like, hell yeah, that's the type of attitude we need.
It's a classic Joe Burrowism right there.
It's a very classic Burrowism, yep. Josh Nijman retired. Let's see. Cade Mays left for the Lions. He's a good center.
He is, but you know what happened to Cade Mays? He got hurt.
Yep, that's true. That's a bummer. That's not good. Not a good situation in Detroit right now in the interior offensive line. Their center position's cursed ever since Frank Ragnow.
Yeah.
DJ Wanham also left for the Lions. Another productive player. Christian Rose moved to Anthony Bell, went back to Seattle.
Our GOAT.
There you go. Alrighty. Their draft. I liked it more than you did. That's for sure. And now I'm looking about it. I'm trying to remember why I liked it more than you did. Monroe Freely. I'm trying to put myself back in May Beau's shoes, and I'm just like, it's a fine draft. I don't know. I don't remember why I gave it a B+, but anyways, Monroe Freeling, interesting left tackle prospect. He has the athleticism. He's got the size. Definitely still raw. Still kind of learning fundamentals. I don't know if he's projected. Yeah, he's not even projected to start as a rookie, which fair. He shouldn't. Lee Hunter, weird body type, but he was productive. Chris Brazel's hurt, so that's a wash, but he was interesting. Willie Third, the blanket.
Oh yes, I love that. That's the only good thing about him.
He had some plays in the preseason. Sam Hecht. I
think it's Hiked.
Prospect. Or is it Hiked?
Something like that.
Yeah, I think you're right. Liked him as a prospect. I actually haven't really followed how he's been doing in preseason, but I did like him a lot as a prospect. I mean, 144, I think, is a steal. Zakee Wheatley's solid safety prospect here. Can also play a little bit of nickel. We had a 3rd round grade on him on our consensus board, and they got him in the early 5th. It's good value. And then Jackson Kuwatch, I got nothing for you. He's going to be a special teamer for you.
Got nothing for you. Head back to camp.
Got nothing for you other than the stuff that I got for you, which is that he'll be a special teamer. All right. And the team. So Bryce Young, has really, really turned it around to the point where, 2 years ago, he wasn't even, he was getting benched in early 24. And now he's like firmly established himself as, maybe not amazing, but a decent starting quarterback in the NFL. He's kind of like the modern day Andy Dalton in a way, which out of your first overall pick, you probably want a little bit more than that, but you know what you're going to get out of him versus like CJ Stroud, who's obviously taken a pick later and had a much better first year. The lows with it. CJ Stroud turns into Andy Dalton in the divisional round, which is, not great. The regular season highs are a little bit high. Honestly, maybe that's what I said. Bryce Young's Andy Dalton, but if you look at their playoff performances, CJ Stroud's more like Andy Dalton, actually. At least in the divisional round, he at least has wild card wins to his credit. Chuba Hubbard's RB1 here, of course. Jonathan Brooks, hopefully he can stay healthy, and then Trevor Achans here as well. Receiver T Mac, amazing rookie year. Jalen Coker, really, really fun slot receiver. And Xavier Leggett's also here.
Well, is he though? Because he's hurt.
That's true. Jimmy Horn Jr. probably steps into that role. And he had some fun plays as a rookie, other than the drop that cost him the game. Not the game, but like drop that ended their season against the Rams. But he got open. He was wide open. On the offensive line, you got Ike Ekwonu and Taylor Moton as your starting left tackle and right tackle. They're both hurt right now, so that's always a great way to start the year. Luckily, you got Rasheed Walker, who's really good in Green Bay, and you got first-round rookie in Monroe Freeling as your backup. So, better places or worse places to be in from a depth standpoint for sure. Damian Lewis and Robert Hunt are your guards. Both of those guys have really, really stepped up since they got to Carolina, to their credit. I remember those contracts getting laughed at when they first got signed, and they're both good players for Carolina. And then Luke Fortner, decent center they brought over from New Orleans. Defensive line, their front three actually is solid. Derek Brown is awesome when he's healthy. Deshaun Wharton's an interesting, penetration focus, pass rushing defensive lineman. Up and down year last year, but he was really good in Kansas City. So if he can get back to, being healthy and playing like he did there, they'll have a piece there. And then Bobby Brown III from the Rams as a nose. On the edge, obviously got the $30 million Jalen Phillips. Patrick Jones II also. They brought over from Minnesota a couple of years ago.
Remember who he was one of my guys way back when.
Yep. Devin Lloyd, obviously really good, paired with Trayvon Wallace, who's been, solid linebacker for them for a couple of years now. At corner, Mike Jackson has quietly developed into a really, really good corner ever since the Seahawks traded him away. And he was good in Seattle too. That's not to say.
He got even better though.
Yeah, he's been really good in Carolina, to his credit. He's paired with J.C. Horn, who's himself, when healthy, one of the best corners in football. Shaw Smith-Wade, Wazoo, great. In the nickel, and then, like I said, you got Nick Scott. He came over from Cincinnati and reclaimed his career after it looked like it was done. And then Trayvon Merrick, who also is doing pretty well there. There's some fun pieces on this defense for sure. Like, there's not really a level where I'm like, ooh, that's rough. Like, they got players at all three levels where I'm like, yeah, they're pretty solid there. They don't really have like a weak spot in the starting lineup, at least defensively. Offensively, you could probably look at like that second receiver spot. Tight end's not great with Tommy Tremble starting there. Like, there's definitely holes in the roster. And again, I think you're I don't know if you're as much of a Bryce Young fan as I was when he was coming out. I don't know if you're ever winning a Super Bowl with Bryce Young. But like, there's pieces on this team. I think they've done a really good job of rebuilding, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Looking at their schedule, is there a way we could sneak them a win to get them the NFC South title, or will it go to Tampa? Let's look. I'm not really seeing anything right now, if I'm being 100% honest. 4-game losing streak here at the end of the season. It's rough. But that's also just a rough 4 games. Or 3 games, I mean. That's a tough 3-game stretch there. Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, and Seattle. I think it's Seattle in Week 17, back-to-back seasons. Or was that Week 16 last year when they played?
It was Week 16 because we played the Niners Week 7. Wait, 17 or 18, right? We have 18 weeks, right?
Yeah.
I think we had them 17, yeah.
Oh, look at that. Back-to-back years, Week 17 in Carolina.
That's crazy.
That's a fun little scheduling quirk for you. Not that it really matters, but it's just kind of fun. Although I will say Cincinnati, Jacksonville played Week 4 this year, and they played in Week 4 in like 3 of the 5 years that they've played most recently. They always played in Week 4. It was kind of funny. In Cincinnati, when the game's in Cincinnati, it's always Week 4 for some reason. Other than last year when it was a Week 2 for, again, some reason. Well, there you go. I couldn't find another win on their schedule, so
I don't see it.
It's a tough schedule. The NFC South, not a great pull this year, having to play the AFC and NFC Norths. That's not great.
Not fun.
And having a first place schedule, so I'm going to play like Seattle, Philly. They already had to play Chicago, so having to play Seattle and Philly is not super fun. And still, they were tied for first in the NFC South, but it wasn't quite enough. So, looking at the playoff field here, this is what we got. Houston,
here we go.
The 1 seed. New England host the Chargers. Cincinnati will host the Ravens. Denver will host Buffalo. All 3 of those playoff games, rematches of playoff games from recent years, by the way. So that's kind of fun.
That'll be fun.
In the NFC, Seattle locked up the 1 seed. Dallas is hosting Green Bay. We've seen that before. Chicago's hosting San Francisco. We haven't seen that recently, but I'm sure there was a time in the 80s where that happened. And Tampa is hosting LA, which has happened in the recent years as well, although Tom Brady was at the helm that time. So it's time to predict some playoff games.
Let's do it.
All right. So, first round, we'll start with
highest seed. Highest seed each side.
Really?
Actually, no, you're right.
Rams are going to beat the Bucks?
No. I meant we're starting with the highest seed.
Oh, start with the highest seed and then work our way down.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, we've seen this one before.
Yeah, that one I feel like just goes the same way.
We've seen that one a million times.
Yeah, it's kind of fun actually that it kind of like goes the okay. All right, Bengals, Ravens.
Your pick.
I don't know, man. I'm feeling good.
I like it,
Jackson. I'm not saying we go all the way, but I think we can beat the Ravens.
I think the Bills will get their revenge on the Broncos.
I agree. There you go. And there's our 1, 2, 3, 5 in the NFC.
I got the Rams.
Yeah. Oh,
wait, no.
I thought we were starting with the high seed.
I got the Cowboys, man. I don't trust Jordan Love.
I'm so
high. I think this is the year for the Cowboys, man. I really do.
We've seen Packers Cowboys, and it's always the same story. It's always the same story.
I believe.
All right, you're more convicted on this than I am. I'm
so high on the Cowboys. All right, I got the Rams.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll just skip to that one. I was going to say we should keep.
I'd say Bears. Say Bears.
Yeah, the Bears will be healthier at this point in the season. Oh, for some reason, it actually slept.
Oh no!
Oh, look at that. All right. Starting the AFC, high seed, Bills.
Yep.
Texans don't win the wild divisional round. I think the Bengals beat the Patriots.
It's on you, buddy.
I feel strongly they can do it. Divisional round. We'll save that one for second.
Cowboys, I think the Bears will break the Cowboys' hearts.
I was gonna say because the Cowboys never make it to the NFC Championship, so we got to at least trust the trend at some point here.
Old man Stafford is gonna go out. He's gonna be hurt. He's not gonna replicate it this year. Give me the Seahawks. Low scoring grudge match.
Oh man,
I'm gearing it up for something I want. Let's go Seahawks Bengals, baby. All right, let's flip a coin for this. All right. Your call.
All right. Heads I win, tails you lose. Classic. All right, we'll say. What's this game? This game's in LA. So okay, West Coast. So we'll say heads is Seahawks, tails Bengals. Flip a coin. All right, Seahawks.
Repeat.
I mean, it's only tradition that the Bengals make the playoffs and lose to an NFC team or NFC West team because every time the Bengals make the Super Bowl, they play an NFC West team. And
we look like such homers with these.
I know, right? I love it. I was gonna pick the Bills here just because I didn't want bad juju coming the Bengals' way.
But if we have this opportunity for both our teams to be in the Super Bowl, we gotta do it.
The podcast would be incredible. We would have to live stream it.
We
would
absolutely
have to live stream the actual game. It would be incredible.
You'd be live streaming a party, but I'll have it on.
I would too. Oh man, that would be incredible.
We did it.
The AFC Championship comes late. Is the late game this year. Okay. So there you go. My goodness. I can finally close these tabs after like a month and a half of them eating up all my RAM. Look at that. Bengals Seahawks Super Bowl, baby. That's awesome. Look at it's funny because the way the seating works. They go from hosting to on the road in the divisional round to back to hosting the conference championship. That's kind of funny. You don't see that.
And it's the another divisional opponent's home stadium.
That's true. That is very true. Yeah, it's true. Seahawks are collecting wins and opponent Super Bowl wins and opponent home state or divisional opponent home stadiums like Infinity Stones. If only.
I love it.
If only they'd finish Super Bowl 49, they'd already be complete, or they'd be well on their way to being completed. But I won't.
No, you're right. Oh no! So I was watching Jeopardy with my dad the other day.
Yeah.
There was a column, there was a category on Super Bowl trivia, and I knew it was coming, and it came. Super Bowl 49 question. Still hurts.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. It was pretty cathartic to close all those tabs just now. They've been eating up so much of my CPU the past month, just not closing them at all. All right. So there's only one more football topic we need to talk about. It's called
Let's go. Up the frogs, baby.
And if you're on the East Coast and watching, not even the East Coast, if you're in Mountain Time and watching, it's already football Saturday.
Game day. Up the frogs, baby. Up the frogs. You see that they recognize Northern Ireland as rightfully part of Ireland?
I did not see that, no.
Oh, they posted a thing of the country of Ireland, and it included Northern Ireland. And some people are posted IRA pictures below it.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's
I thought there would be a united Ireland when Biden was president. I thought he would have forced it through.
Nope. So the first game of the 2026 season that we're picking.
Ooh.
It's USC minus 38.5. Let's see. We don't have who I won last.
I think you won last year, so the pick is yours. Who goes first?
I'll let you take it first.
I get the honors. I appreciate that. I'm going to take it because San Jose State lost their quarterback, and that's a tough one for a new quarterback to go into.
as much as 38.5 is just an absolutely insane spread. Like I'm thinking this, I was literally thinking like USC needs to like spot like 6 touchdowns and then just hold from there. I think they can do exactly that. So
you know what I'm really excited for is to see some Gary Patterson goodness in 2026. I'm really excited to see that.
Yeah.
I wonder if he still has it, man.
Yeah. NC State, Virginia is quietly like a very
that's going to be fun.
12:30
Memphis-UNLV can have CFP implications.
It
like
can.
This is
those are both going to be G6 competitors. Of course, Sac State's playing. You can't forget that.
And North Dakota State, their first FBS game.
Yeah, both of them are playing their first FBS games this weekend.
North Carolina-TCU is a fun matchup. Stanford-Hawaii rematch from last year where Alejado was on a sprained ankle. Like there's some really fun games.
I will always tune in.
Will Florida State embarrass themselves again? You don't know.
It's to Mexico State, bro. If they lose to Mexico State, they gotta fire Norvell like on the spot, bro.
This isn't Diego Pavia, New Mexico State.
No, this is not. This is this is the worst of the New Mexico teams right now. Like the locals are far better. So that kind of gives you an idea. I'm
gonna be glued to my TV all day tomorrow.
I mean, and it goes straight from 9 a.m. to roughly 10-ish tomorrow, like nonstop action.
Awesome.
Like, we're back, baby.
Gonna grab a 6-pack. Man. Eat some pizza tomorrow night. Oh, it's gonna be a good day.
That's awesome. I love it. Well, that's pretty much it for this edition of the West Coast Drive. Oh, that was weird. That's it.
A little early.
A little early. I literally muted it. I don't know why it started playing. That's crazy. Anyways, that is it for this edition of the West Coast Draft Podcast. I am about to lose my voice, which means it's time for us to hop off. But this is fun. Always a pleasure. It's my flu game episode. This pick series is over. Next time we meet, college football week 0 will be wrapped up. And we got college football week 1 to break down, as well as NFL roster cuts to break down. Oh man, it's gonna be crazy. We didn't talk at all about the changes to the college football calendar starting next year. College football week 0 is just gonna be the start for everybody next year. No more week 0. So the weekend that this coming weekend next year
is gonna be week 1 college football.
Yeah. So it's no longer starting on Labor Day weekend. It's now the weekend before. So there's 2 weeks of college football before we get any NFL action, which is so weird. But you know what? Whatever gets us football earlier. I didn't read it. I don't know if that means we get every team secures 2 buys, or so it still finishes after Thanksgiving. I feel like that's got to be the case, right? But I'll have to read the article I sent you. I'll read the article that I sent you. I didn't actually read it. I just saw the headline. I was like, gotta send this to Rob. All right. Well, that is it for this edition of the West Coast Draft Podcast. We'll be back next week to break down the NFL roster cuts from Sunday afternoon, as well as college football week 0 action, and predict college football week 1. Any closing thoughts, Mr. Jokinen?
If one of us is a 49ers player, all of us are 49ers players. If one of us is like, all of us is like. If one of us subscribe, all of us subscribe. Thanks for watching.
Drive safe, folks.
Unlike